Hello, everybody, and good morning. It's so nice to see you all. I can already see so many wonderful people here in the chat. So, good morning, America. Good afternoon, Europe. And of course, good evening to the rest of the world. I know that we have a wonderful international community here at Adobe Live. So, I want to wish everybody a good day, no matter where you are from. And actually, let me know where you're from. It's always super exciting to learn where everybody is from here joining us on Adobe Live. And you've probably been here before for Like a Pro. This is a new show, although you're now probably getting used to it. Every Thursday at 8:30 Pacific time, we'll tune in here to learn some techniques to help you grow your business and maybe get your assets together for your side hustle and sharpen up your social media, create logos. Today in particular, we're going to focus on creating a flyer using Adobe Spark. But let me go ahead and say hi to who is in the chat. I can see Sean saying good day, everyone. Sam Peterson, Sam, long time no see you. Lovely to see you. But also we have John, Carol, Rebecca, Nourish, Clever. Lovely to see everybody here. Let me see if I can refresh the chat, making sure I see all the messages. Nourish, Samantha in the chat. Fantastic. Lovely to see you, Sam. Biola, Kladi. Biola. Nice to see you. Fantastic. Clarissa, I miss you, Kladi. I miss you guys as well. Fantastic. Right. So, Ralph, nice to see you. Beautiful. I wanted to say hi to each one of you, but as you know, we have under 30 minutes to get creative, and I'm going to start right away from showing you what is going to be the final output and how to get there. So the first and foremost, I'm going to jump into my screen. The beauty of this wonderful show is that you're going to learn how to have fun and create a professional asset for your business in under 30 minutes. So remember, even if you're not a designer and if you're just starting up your business, so you have no idea where to start, this is the right place to start. So you're definitely in the right place. We're here to help you figuring out how to create all these wonderful assets for your business. So today we're going to create a flyer to communicate that the business is opening. But again, feel free to use any text that you want. You can go ahead and follow along and create exactly the same practice around and create the same asset as I go along. But you can also use all these wonderful skills and techniques that I'm going to show you in order to of course promote your own business. So this can become a sale or the photo can be the photo of a product rather than a person on your own photo. Well, the beauty is that you're going to be able to use that for your own business. So I hope that everybody is excited. Let me see. We have Amber from Virginia. Amber, funnily enough, I've done some of my high school actually in Roanoke, Virginia. Whereabout are you from, Amber? Nice to see you. And actually lived with a lovely girl, which I believe is a photographer now, a wedding photographer called Amber. Then we have Scott from Ontario, Canada. Wonderful. Janet from Vancouver. Carol, no, Carol said I've been demoted to my name only. I love your last name, Carol Pearl. I love to say it so much, but since you make me notice, I think I was streaming during a reworking segment. I kept saying Carol Pearl, but whatever you prefer. I love them both. I love your name. I love your last name, whatever you prefer. I'm happy just to see you here and to have fun with the wonderful community. Lucia, nice to see you. Stony, we have Diana from Maryland and Rebecca from California. Fantastic. Right. It's time to get started because the watch is ticking. And as we know, we have less than 30 minutes to make this flyer happen. And today I'm going to show you some really pretty nifty techniques. We talked about removing background. We're going to work with this photo, which is a little bit more complex. We're literally gonna go through pretty much every single option here. We're gonna work with symbols, we're gonna work with shapes, we're gonna get photos, but I don't know if you have done yet, we're gonna be masking text. So as you can see, we're open is a simple text that we have here, but it's actually masking an image. So we have just a text, and I'm going to show you just how it looks like, but then we're going to go back and create it. This is actual photo that is masking the text, like we do in clipping mask in Illustrator, or like we do with layer mask in Photoshop. You can do that even if you do not know how to use those apps. You can do that in Spark. But first and foremost, you want to jump into spark.adobe.com in order to get started. And all we have to do, as you can see here, Spark, for those of you who are not familiar with Spark yet, you can have all the different formats that you want already ready to go. So that's a very, very useful tool because it allows you to jump right away in creating the content that you're looking for. And by the way, if I'm going to keep looking at the chat, and I'm going to reply to any question. If you have any question regarding Spark, regarding design, freelance, if you're starting your business and you want some tips, feel free to use this time. This time is for us to learn together in this safe space here at Adobe Live. So make sure to use the chat on behance.net/live. I can see the chat very active on YouTube. That's very far away in my studio, so I cannot read your messages. If you're watching and typing from YouTube, head on behance.net/live of b.net/live, and you're going to be able to chat with me live. In fact, I can see now Murray joined, Nimisha, Ramin from Pakistan, and Amber Sen is from Fredericksburg. Oh yeah, I actually been there as well. Fantastic. Right, so let's get started. As I say, today we're going to be focusing on creating a flyer. So the first thing that we're going to do here is either create a custom size. If you have a specific size that you know, maybe your printer or someone that is already mentioned a specific size, that's where you can input your custom size for your graphic, just like so. But if you have no idea, so I'm just not saving this project. If you have no idea, all you have to do is to click on this plus button, and I'm going to zoom in my screen so you can see nice and neat where that is located. And from there, just simply click on the plus, and from here you can choose different template sizes. As you can see, we have Facebook post, collage, video, graphics, Instagram story, Instagram post, and of course, flyer. So I'm going to go ahead and click on flyer. And as you can see, in one click, Adobe Spark has already generated this canvas, which I'm going to zoom in for you to see the difference because the pasteboard is gray and the actual artboard is white. I'm just going to change the color of my background real quick so you can see the difference. So I already have the size of a flyer that is there for me, ready to have a play and ready to actually create some very cool stuff. So the very first thing, again, probably as you already seen, is you can change the color or the background simply by clicking on the toolbar located on the right. So here we have the background. You can go ahead and choose whatever color you want. You can also select to have a border if you wish. And you can do so many cool stuff here, or we can remove it. And of course, you can change the different colors that you've saved from your brands. If you do not know what I'm talking about when I say brands, make sure to go ahead and head on YouTube after you watch this video and look for create a logo on Spark or create a logo like a pro, and you'll be able to dive in a little bit more into branding. We spend a full 30 minutes of like a pro on that. So you're going to learn how to create a color palette for your project. Once you're happy with the color of your choice, all we have to do now is to start to place some text. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the text tool located on the left side, just right here where it says text. Super intuitive. And then you can select from so many already designed preset template. You can choose whatever you want. And of course, each one of these is also you can customize. So I'm just going to go ahead and select the cell one just for you to give it a go. And again, all you have to do is to click once and you'll see the appearance in the middle of your artboard. Once you double click on the text, you will have the option of write whatever you want there. So, if you want to write open, that's the way to go. Just double click and then select on edit text. Now I'm going to go ahead and select and delete because that's another beauty of working with Spark. You can move back and forth, you can try new things, and you can delete them. Nothing is meant to be forever. Everything is pretty much ready to be edited and customized as you prefer. Let me see if there is any question. Kladi's been everywhere, man. Kladi's been everywhere, Sean. I actually met my host mom because I was in Virginia. I actually done my high school there, and I drove to Fredericksburg to meet my lovely angels that took care of me when I was in high school there in the States. So that's a little bit of a story of my life that I'm sharing with you guys as well. If you want to add custom text and start from scratch, simply click on text and add your text, and from here double click to edit, or simply, you know it, all you have to do is to head to the heady text box here on the right, and I'm gonna write here, we are open. Now, to do the cool trick with the mask, I suggest to use a text that is nice and bold. So first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and align it to the center, and then I'm gonna choose any text that looks nice and chunky. The reason why I want some chunky, so-called display text, is because I want to make sure that the image comes across nicely. Right, so how do we find an image that we can use? Very easy. We go to photos here under text, and you can upload your own photo. So you have created your own photo, you can use that one. You can search the wonderful Adobe Stock Library. You can now, and that's fantastic, sync in your files from your Creative Cloud library. So if you work with a designer, or if you already have a set of library that has been shared with you, or you create it on your own, you can actually access it in Spark, which is pretty fantastic. And also from Lightroom. So that's the beauty of working with the Creative Cloud environment. You can jump from one app to the other. The assets are always there for you anytime, anywhere. But what if you have no idea and you're starting from scratch? That's totally fine, because we can go ahead and search any free photo as we desire from the website, and they are licensed, so you can use them. And in this case, I'm going to use a colorful abstract photo. See what we look for. So we have many different photos. You can see I can use any of them that I want. This one caught my eye. And now I have the image, and I have the text that I can mask with the image. So all I have to do here is to bring the text on the image, but it looks like it's hidden underneath. So don't worry about that. There are a few ways in which you can reorganize the way that your objects are stacked on your artboard. First, you can use the layer order, which is an icon located on the floating menu here on the right. Or you can very quickly, you can see there is like a preview of these layer stacks here. Just simply hover over it and then click and drag in order to reposition the object wherever you want in the layer stack. So in this case, what I've done is layer the text above the image. Then what I'm going to do is to make sure that their size is pretty much the same. So I have enough of space in the image that covers up the text. And then all I have to do is under effects, going to go ahead and select shape. Now, the first thing that is going to happen with shape is that it's going to create a shape around the image. So it's wrapping the image around this box. You can change the shapes here by selecting whichever shape you want. I'm going to go ahead and select a full rectangular shape, and I'm going to show you why do I do that in just a second. And also you can change the size. Now, my objective is to cover completely the image. And then I'm going to go ahead and select the shape color and use my little eyedropper tool and choose the same color as the background. So basically we have hidden the image completely. You cannot see it anymore. And we are one step to create our mask. All we have to do now here is to click on the mask text. And as you can see, our text is now masked, masking the image. I'm going to see if there is any question in the chat. Carol Peril is saying, sign up for Adobe Max. There will be lots of different classes. Yeah, I'm so excited that you guys are already talking about Adobe Max. Still looking forward to do my promo. I haven't started yet. I have 2 different classes at Adobe Max, 2 sessions in InDesign, and then Lightroom and Photoshop is going to be super exciting. Go ahead and check max.adobe.com. It's the best creative conference. You can't miss it. It's for free. It's mind-blowing. Go and check it out. I don't have enough time to say how amazing it is. But what happened here, if we're happy, we've done the masking, we learn our technique, but it's not really legible, is it? So what do we do if we want to change image to make sure that we get to the mood where we want to get to? Well, very simple. All we have to do is to select the image and then select replace. and you can go ahead and replace the image with any other asset that you want. So if you have any specific asset that you've seen here in your photo, click on replace, click on the asset. In this case was just right here behind me. That's the one that I selected. It looks like more like a watercolor, nice and neat with a nice contrast. And now as you can see, when I'm gonna go ahead and over again, we're still masking the image, but we swapped that image in a second, and that's super useful. Let's say saying, what, I want to go. I know, I wish we could all go, but don't worry, it's live, it's online this year, so we can all go. It's free and it's online. So again, head on max.adobe.com to get more information. And Sean, congratulations on winning your Max 2021 t-shirt. That's super cool. Something else I wanted to show you before moving forward is that once we create the mask, we know to change images, so that's super flexible. Another thing that is very flexible is that once we select the text, we can go ahead and actually change it. And look what happens. So I think the text that I was using before is called Juniper. Let's see if we can go ahead and find it out. Yep, here it is. So already it retains all the options. So it retains the shapes, it retains the color of the shape, and it retains the masking. So super flexible. Of course, if you want to edit the text, boom, you can do that as well. That's amazing. I love when things are so easy to use. Then we can jump in our design assets, and from here we're gonna go ahead and select any of these design assets of our choice. I love these brushes. I really think that they marry very well with the kind of look and feel of our background image already, and is there loading. Probably if I do change my internet real quick, I know we have 10 minutes. Let's see if that was a smart move. Hopefully Spark has retained everything for us. That's the beauty of the live. We go ahead and test everything there. I was having a little slow internet. I have about 4 internet, but yeah, here it is. Spark is already saving your projects. Save as you go. You don't have to worry about anything. And let's go back to our design assets. This should be much faster now. We can select our brushes. Here it is. And you can start and bring all these wonderful components to make your design more interesting. I'm using these acrylics brushes. Of course, you can resize them. You can rotate them. You can do pretty much whatever you want to use them inside your project. I think it's super cool that we have so many tools here to use. Also is also very useful to do something which is group the image and the text and select group once you select them. So if you're gonna go ahead and, for example, decide to move and change the size of the image and the text, you will have the same effect of the mask always consistently because we have grouped them, so we now can move it together. Another thing that I've used here was an icon. Again, this works for a yoga school reopening. So again, I'm going to go ahead and select an icon from the yoga set. You can browse and find whatever you want. Let's see if I found the one that I use. Otherwise, we can choose pretty much whatever we want. I'm going to go ahead and choose this one for now. And also you select on the icon, select on the color, and then with the color picker, you can perhaps match the color of your elements there. So I went and matched my lovely brush color there, and you can just put and use the little icon in the center. Then let's jump real quick. I know we have 10 minutes into the image, but as you can see, our flyer is coming together. I'm so sorry. I think I had way too much coffee before starting and I needed to get some water. But here we go. So let's go ahead and select photos. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and use the same keyword. You can go ahead and feel free to use any keyword that is relevant for your business. So if you run a restaurant, it could be pizza, pizzeria, it could be sandwiches, it could be shoes. That's whatever you want. In this case, I'm looking for images of yoga, and you can pick whatever you want. Again, just make sure that it's not something, perhaps that the person is not wearing blue, so there is some contrast with the black background. I decided for this image because everybody usually when they show that remove background, they go for an image that has like a solid color background. So it's like, yeah, that's easy. So I wanted to give you something that is a little bit more complex in terms of an image. So here we have stripes, we have text, we have a lamp, we have different elements that are behind our model. But again, all you have to do is to select the photo, head to the edit image panel on the right and click remove background. Here it is. I'm going to zoom in so you can see nice and neatly that button. And in 1 second, the technology here on Spark is going to analyze the image, look for the background, and boom, it's already done it. It's already eliminated the background, zoomed in and focused on our selection. Here in the cutout mode is basically a place in which you can also edit the selection, so you're not confined to the automatic selection. You can go ahead and use the customization to erase area if you want to. Or for example, here it looks like it's missed a little bit of his shoulder because probably there was a little bit of a highlight there. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on restore, and then you can see that the red part is the part that is masked, so that is hidden. I'm gonna make my brush smaller, and I'm gonna make sure that I bring that top part of his shoulder back inside our image, just like so. It's just a little bit of a highlight. I know it looks white. It's probably thought as if it was the background. Here it is. And once you're done, just simply click on the tick to accept all the changes. And as you can see, we have added the back. Now you can go back and refine that as much as you want, but I think it's a pretty cool result for just one click. And then you can zoom in and move the image wherever you want, just like so. But you can do furthermore, you can change the side of the image. So if we don't want our model looking outward, we want to look inward, so it's actually looking at the content. Go ahead and click on flip horizontal to flip your image, and here we are. We're simply missing our text, which is going to be pretty easy. I want to show you something that I'm not sure if you've seen before, the fact that you can use two different styles within the same text. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and add some text here. I'm going to deselect the effect, change my style to something which is a little bit more geared towards some copy, so a little bit more easy to read. For example, Futura, I also use Montserrat quite a lot, but feel free to choose whatever you want. And here, I actually prepared some text, so let me see how good it is. Yeah, so join us today. I think that was the main heading here. Again, feel free to use whatever text you want. Now we have our color palette that is already there. You can make the text box larger or move it around. And also you can change the size of your text either manually or simply by typing in whatever size that you want, and we can bring it there. And I'm going to create another text box here for the time and the day, simply because I really wanted to show you how to create highlight in the text. So how to create two different styles within the same text box. Here it is. I'm going to bring the size down. That's definitely too big. Probably 26 is a nice readable size for a flyer. I don't know, we have like 1 minute, so I really want to go fast here. But it's super easy. So as you can see next to main style, you can click in order to hide and highlight style. And all you have to do here is to highlight whatever is the area of the text that you want to change the style to. And you can change the color, but you can also change the font. So in this case, for example, we can give it a completely different font and so on. The last thing that was missing here is just the address. I'm gonna leave you in your own time to finish it off, but you can always go back into your Adobe Spark main homepage and you can access all the previous project that you've done. So if you want to see again the final result, here it was. I think that what I did here, I deactivated the shape, but you know now how to do it. So I look forward to see what you create. Make sure to share it on social media. And again, remember to stay tuned in, go and grab a glass of water. There is so much more fun coming around here at Adobe Live. So many good streams, and make sure to stay tuned. The day is filled of fun as usual at Adobe Live. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure as usual to be here with you. I look forward to see you soon. Any tips for choosing an image to remove your background easily? I will say have a go with any image because you can always refine it in the cutout mode. Janet, hopefully that helps your question. And I look forward to see you soon. Goodbye, everybody. And thank you so much for joining us.